two minds. Well, that's an intelligent kick at the...
Woo!
What do you say?
Kick a ball! Whoa!
Fingertips to it. Picked up by String. It hits through. Has a snap. Oh, what a beauty it is.
Sons of the West.
Dixon, right!
White and blue.
The Dusty.
Come out star.
Go the Tide.
Bulldogs screw and
Ooh.
bulldogs bite and bulldogs roar. We give our very best. 'Cause you can't beat the boys of the bulldog breed. We're the team of the mighty West. Come on, let's go!
The western suburbs erupt.
Stringer did well. New to Stringer, having an impact at last. That big goal in the last goal.
So could we do a Zoom birthday party where we all wore party hats?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Glenn. Happy birthday to you. Happy, hooray! Happy, hooray! Hooray! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Glenn. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray!
Happy birthday to you.
You're going to bring your hands down, straighten the legs. Bring the right foot in, left foot out. On your toes, we do the same thing what we did before. Hold the hands up. This time right knee is definitely touching the mat. That's it. As you exhale, frame the foot. And now you're going to...
Someone not wearing a mask in Paris, it's really weird. It's really strange. What's going on?
I was going to say that Mum in lockdown, see Fabrice's hat, Mum's been knitting lots of beanies.
Thank you very much. It's very nice as well.
How many of you knitted, Mum?
Yeah, 12, I think.
Oh, good on you.
So I think we've all the families got one, have we?
Daughter-in-law hasn't got one yet.
Okay.
I sent over a month ago.
Right. So there's one waiting.
I thought you must have lost all your hair, Fabrice, and you were just covering hair.
I'm close to have lost all my hair. I'm not
curly
my hair.
Zoom has been good, although we haven't done it very frequently. We tend to, if we're talking to one of the adult children, we tend to do a WhatsApp call. And of course, we're so fortunate that we've got WhatsApp where you can talk for free to someone overseas. And that has been really vital in the COVID time. I can't imagine how people could have managed in the Spanish flu epidemic when they didn't have this technology. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as being there in person. But when you see someone on the screen, you get a reasonably good idea of how they're travelling. And from the point of view of us being parents, that's really important, particularly with our son in the US. Phone calls, texts, we keep in touch a lot with texts. And just recently, Phil's been sending our eldest grandson in Newcastle jokes. And he's been responding. He's 7, but he's just into jokes. He's just started jokes. So we've found actually Dave from Annecto I mentioned it to him, and he was obviously a a great holder of jokes, and he gave us a number of jokes that we could use with the grandson, which has just been lovely. The other thing that we've done with the little boys is that we've been occasionally reading bedtime stories on WhatsApp. And for every birthday and birthday, Father's Day, Mother's Day? Yeah, Mother's Day. We did a Zoom with all the family. So we timed it so that the two in the US could be there too. One of the really lovely things, which never happened before COVID, is that often when our son and daughter-in-law are out, they try to go out in the US, they try to go out into the forest for a forest walk or a bike ride at the weekends. And often they'll just ring us out of the blue and show us some of the scenery that they're seeing. And it's just, that has been just lovely. We've sort of got a list of things. Well, when we go to the US, in about 100 years, we'll be able to go to these places.
Well, you've been asking everybody how they are. How are you going, Marianne?
Yeah, I'm going well, Wendy. It's I work from home anyway. So when I got the job with Annecto, my role was to work from home. I think the only thing that's changed for me is I can't get out and about to engage. And I think that's really hard for my role. So yeah, it's just changing what I do. So a lot more Zoom meetings. I think we've become very professional on those, haven't we, Fabrice? But yeah, it's tough, and it's tough all round. I think homeschooling's tough. I've got my youngest is at home and he doesn't see anyone. He's home with me all day. So I think it's really tough on the kids as well. But, we're lucky. We're on a farm and, we've got the 2 pet lambs that are driving me mad, if anyone wants a pet lamb. So there's lots to do. We're very good in the garden. The garden's going to be beautiful this year, which is good. So, yeah, look, you kind of adapt, don't you, to what you know and what you've got. But very much looking forward to opening up so I can meet with my friends and have a drink or go to the wine bar every Friday night and have a little drink. So I'm dying to get out and about again.
We've also been able, for which I will forever be grateful to Annecto, we've been able to travel overseas to see our son. And when we're there, we've been able to access hire equipment and even support workers occasionally. And that makes a huge difference, because it means that I'm not pushing a wheelchair all the time, because although Phil can walk, he can't walk long distances. And if you're trying to see something in a new or an unfamiliar place, you need to cover distance. So that has been fantastic. And we've also visited very dear friends in the UK and done the same thing there. And of course, our wings have been clipped because of COVID. But I hope that we can do something like that again to get to see our son. And Phil's just reminding me, the main place we go, if we're not in Melbourne, is I drive up to Newcastle, where our eldest daughter is and 2 little boys. And of course, we haven't been able to do that this year either. So that's been a challenge, and the important thing about travel is, because Phil has always travelled, we really want to try to have travel to look forward to, as long as we can do it. And, realistically, you can't do it forever, but at the moment we still can. And that's really an important thing. And so we've got to try to find a COVID safe way of travelling now, and hopefully, be supported by Annecto again, as I said.
What about you, Mil, being
Yeah.
being 21, how are you going?
Yeah, I've still got heaps of uni work and I'm still working, obviously, so not heaps has changed for me. I've got lots of assignments and stuff, and my partner, he's renovating a house, so that's been keeping us busy. I've been going around to help do that. I'm not much help though. He kind of wants me to stay away, but that's all right. But I've also taken up making cocktails.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good hobby. I might start that.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
That's I started on a Saturday night.
You'll have a big party.
Yeah. That's
So I have enough trouble walking now without trying to.
Millie, what's your favourite cocktail?
I love espresso martinis. I love them. But I've made this one called the Clover Club, which I love. It's like a raspberry. It's a bit sweet, but it's with gin.
Oh, nice.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
So, yeah, COVID's kind of made me an alcoholic. Nah, I'm just kidding.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
That's amore.
When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. That's amore.
Bells will ring, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. What are we singing? Lord, Vita Bella.
Well, at one stage, I didn't drink a lot of coffee. Now, I hope I'm doing this right. One day, one time, I never drank a lot of coffee when you're on your own. But when the girls came and they took me to coffee, I'm afraid I'm a coffee addict now.
Can you remember what it was like to go through the drive-through for the very, very first time? Can you please explain how you felt?
Well, I couldn't sort of see the fellow that was taking the order in the first place, so I didn't know who you was talking to. But I think it's a good idea if you're in a hurry. In a drive, if I wasn't in a hurry, I would still like to have my coffee in a place where I could sit down and have it. And not only that, I'll tell you this, when we went to coffee each time of the week, we often met people doing the same thing and we became a bit friendly with them. And I thought that was a great idea. As I said, I love the girls and my coffee very much.
Thank you, Melva.
I'm like your dad, Marianne. I miss Probus and I miss church and all those sort of things. We have Mass on a Sunday and we do that through Zoom, so that's good, that sort of keeps you connected and helps you. I just so look forward to it every Sunday, so that's good.
You've got to get into Zoom first, don't you, Wendy?
Yeah, well,
Didn't take you long to learn it.
Our parish priest, he sent the link and you had to download the Zoom and then he sends the link just like Marianne did, and then we just click on there. Our manager for East Wimmera, she sends a link to everybody and then we just click on the link and every Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing, isn't it, Zoom? It's a good way of keeping everyone connected, isn't it?
Well, I think I think it is, because it's really good just to talk to everyone on a Sunday too, and I've met people from Witcherproof and Birchip and everywhere that I never knew before, so there's been that about it. And because we've been doing it for so long now, it's just, you know, everybody gets on, g'day, g'day, g'day. You know, we get on at 10 o'clock and masses at 10:30. So that gives us a chance to all have a talk and, yeah, catch up and, yeah. And sort of that's one way, I suppose, of looking after each other is keeping in contact like that, you know.